told you all, we have a guest council speaker tonight. The UNC is a family, and we allow any member of our family within our doors to speak and wherever we are at. I first met this man in 2011 at the Sugar Industry Labor Welfare Committee. He's a senior public servant, and he took his public service to serving persons better at the head of a councillor. I want to welcome a gentleman I have the greatest amount of respect for, a man who has been working in the area of Cunupia. It is his second term in office. Let us give a Tunapuna welcome to the Councillor for Cunupia, Mr. Richard Sukhdeo.
Thank you, Brian, for that introduction. Honorable political leader, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, our hard-working DPL in this pavement report, Senator Jerlyn John, Karen East MP, Dr. Richard Sicharan, Senator David Naked in the back there, our guest, Mr. Jailal, my personal friend also, my councillors, colleagues, our online platform viewers, and the most important people here tonight, the people of Tunapuna. Put your hands together for yourself this evening. Good evening to all. Money is a problem, the PNM says. Because we in the local government, as representative, as councillors, we are struggling, we are grappling with the little funds that have been allocated onto us for our very important work. Each one of us, our councillors who would have spoken before, here in Tunapuna and in the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, we provide the basic services for our daily needs, the basic services of health, to make sure your environment, your community is clean. We try to provide the basic services of patching roads. And we do that with whatever little allocations, whatever finances that are given unto us. Hence the reason you would see that there is not much infrastructural development taking place, because that costs money. And the PNM, who controls the money, they are saying money is the problem. But the PNM government, they are not considering that what developments are needed to keep our districts up to standard. They are given the same allocations nearly every year and expect us to do more work that is necessary. That cannot happen. Imagine the allocation that was given to our Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government is $1.825 billion throughout Trinidad in our 14 corporations to do the work that are needed every day to provide the facilities for the residents. And the Ministry of National Security, our chairman just said, that ministry was given $6.912 billion compared to local ministry of $1.825 billion. And where is our Minister of National Security? Are you safer today? The allocation given to the Ministry of National Security, are you safer today than 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Because he has declared that his job is not to secure you, not to make you safe in Trinidad and Tobago. I have never heard a more ridiculous statement than that from a minister of government. Where is he? Is he the water running minister? Is he the sleeping minister? It's time he should really go to sleep permanently and be replaced by someone in the future incoming government who will have the concerns of every resident in Trinidad and Tobago. Coming back to local government, there is something called the PSIP, the Public Service Investment Program. And you know what they do on a yearly basis, on an annual basis? What they give to each councillor? Approximately, I am sure it relates also to the Tunapuna Regional Corporation, as it relates to the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. They give us approximately $1.3 million, each councillor, right, to cover an electoral district. You know what I was able to do last year with that 1.3 million only? The amount of roads requests that I had for paving, the amount of box drain requests that I have to put box drain so that to alleviate flooding, that money that they had given to the councillor, that could have only done 1,000 feet of paving. You know what is 1,000 feet of paving? That is about, in front of your house, 50 foot wide, that is about 20 only. I have about 5,000 houses in Cunupia, and they could only give money to pave about in front 5. Imagine that. Box drain, they give us a small allocation. All I could do was about 800 foot of box drain. That is about 15 house front. And everybody want a box drain because there is a flooding problem in Trinidad and Tobago. We cannot do the work. You know what people are saying now? Remember the partnership government of 2010 to 2015? They called us the box drain government. Well, everybody crying out now and say they want back the box drain government because everybody wants some sort of infrastructure, some sort of development in front of their home. Listen, as representative, every councillor you would have heard speaking here, and everyone to come, they would want to pave every road, provide every box drain, and everything to you. But the PNM government is saying, money is the problem. You see, they do not seem to understand the dynamism of local government. We are the first call. We are the ones that have to come to first. I see my light ticking, so I have to go on fast. I just want to highlight 2 things very quickly in the Cunupia district. There would be a road called Hasarat Extension. The thing have sinkhole, it have crater, it have, once a car fall in it, half of the car went on it. And listen, that road leads to 2 schools, Jenham Government Primary and the Hasarat High School. And people are complaining, they are about to protest. I wrote the minister on that road. Listen, I wrote the minister, look at the letter in my back pocket here. I wrote the minister on the 15th of November because the people were about to protest. You know, I called the minister's office and I said, what about this letter? I told the minister's office, I said, kindly acknowledge itself now, so at least we would have something on record. Up to this day, the Ministry of Works, they have not even sent an acknowledgement to this letter. Is that the type of government we want? Even, right, I have to move on, I can't stay on that. The Bridal Bridge, which they took down, they gave out a contract. All approvals was given. A feasibility approval contract awarded. WASA had to give approval because there were 2 main lines running there. After about a couple of weeks in the contract had to stop. Thousands of cars use that bridge every day. The contract had to stop because WASA bungled with the design. They stopped the contractor from working. The design that they approved, they said they cannot be used, and the contract had to stop, and the bridge work stopped for about 3 weeks. The residents just start saying, listen, this is nonsense. We want to protest. We have to call the government to account. So the residents form a protest. They say, Councillor, would you come? I say, of course, whatever it is to improve the efficiency for the people, I'll be there. We went and did a protest. And you know, after we did the protest, 2 days after the work started, we as councillors, we have to continue to put pressure on the government, call them to account, let them know that the people demand better. As I close here, I just have 2 minutes again. I want to say that PNM is saying that there is no money. But I want to tell you, if you look at the budget, we are receiving 56.1 billion in revenue. It is not that this country doesn't have money. It's how the money is misused. That is why we at local government are suffering. Because they are not allocating the funds to it, but they are allocating it to different level. Look at monies they waste. Imagine they put Venezuela in a Holden Bay and they had to pay them 2.5 billion. Wasted money. Mismanagement. Trail Dabadi here. Closed down. The housing where we had to spend nearly, where it spent 100 million, the repairs costing more than 100 million. Mismanagement. Commission of Inquiry, $500 million, and the PNM saying we have no money. They have no money to give us because they are wasting the money. The finances are wasted, mismanaged, and there is cronyism, nepotism, and they are not called to account. I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, I am saying, brothers and sisters, I am saying, friends, that we, the UNC, the United National Congress, we are a government in waiting. We must replace this heartless, this harsh, this tax till you're dead government. They will tax it till you're dead, and replace this PNM government with the United National Congress so that there could be a caring government, a compassionate government, under the leadership of our esteemed, our indomitable, honorable political leader, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, where government will be people-centered and people will be taken care of first. Long live the United National Congress. Long live our political leader, Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Long live Trinidad and Tobago. God bless you. I thank you.